Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the channel. In my last video, I went over some of the changes that I had been making to my El Diablo. And I indicated at the time that in a future video, I would install heritage type controls on my El Diablo because I was not really enjoying the mid controls. And I remembered an old heritage Softail that I had nearly 20 years ago. And I loved the way I sat on that bike, and I liked the floorboards and those forward controls. So that's what I'm going to try to replicate here on my El Diablo. I have all the parts. They're right here in this box. So first of all, I have to unpack everything, so I'll catch you after I get all the stuff out of the box. Okay, so everything is unpacked. Right here we have the floorboards and the rubber sit on top of each one. I have the brackets for the floorboards. I have the bracket for the shift lever. I have the arm and a whole lot of little nuts and bolts, and of course the brake pedal and the pad and the shift lever. So we'll start getting all this stuff installed. The only thing that I found missing are instructions. The only instructions that were included in all of these boxes was one page right there for the shift lever kit. That's it. But anyway, I don't think it'll be a problem. It seems like a fairly simple install. So we'll get back to the bike and get to work. So we now go to the bike and we'll start the disassembly. The parts that we're going to remove is going to be this shift lever, this linkage, and the bracket that holds this peg, the foot peg. The tools that we're going to need: I've got a T45 Torx, I've got a 3/8 Allen, and I've got a 1/4 inch Allen. I've got some tread locker, which I don't need for the disassembly, but I will be using it later when we put on the new parts. And I've got a plug, because when we remove this, there'll be a hole. And I've got this plug to fill it. The first thing we're going to do is remove a bolt that's down there. It took me a while trying to locate it. I had to use a 6-inch extension on a 1/4 inch Torx. And now that I've fitted it over the head of the bolt, I'll just use my ratchet to remove it. When you do it, try to hold your ratchet back so you don't damage the fins. And we have it. Once we've removed that bolt, then we'll need to remove this and take the old linkage off. So I'll remove this with I'm using a 3/16. Now we should be able to remove this right here, and this should pull out. So we have that out. And that piece fell down through right here. So we have a nice hole right here. And that's why we have this plug. There. It's in. Okay, next we're going to remove the foot peg. And there's two bolts here, and they're T45 Torx. So that takes care of the disassembly. Now we have to start putting the forward controls and the floorboards on this side. Well, before I actually install the floorboards and the forward controls, I want to do some pre-assembly. Like the first bit of pre-assembly will be to put the rubber inserts on the floorboards. I think it's going to be a lot easier to do those before we install the floorboards. It's a rather simple procedure. I just insert the needle nose pliers there, grab onto the rubber insert and pull it through. That's one done. That's number two. That's the third one. And there's one more to do. that's it. And now we need to do the other one. So I've now finished both. And next we're going to do a little pre-assembly on the left mounting bracket for the floorboards. You'll notice that the left and right brackets are a little different from each other. This is for the right side. It's a simpler bracket. The left bracket has two little holes there to attach this. So we need to attach the shift linkage to this, and it's going to be easier to do that before we mount it to the bike. So to attach these, we're going to use part 102000350. They're just screws, the washer. We're going to use some Loctite on them to make sure that they stay in place. And this takes a 3/16 Allen wrench, or hex wrench, whichever one you want to call it. So next we'll attach the floorboard, or actually the floorboard assembly. But first we have to remove this little plastic plug. So I'll get that, and then we can get on to the next thing. Okay, I have that out. And then we'll put some Loctite. Next we have to attach the shifter rod. didn't have a washer. Now I'm going to have to reuse the shifter peg. So I've removed the peg from the old shift lever, and I've installed it on the new one. And we'll attach it. Oh, first of all, there's a spacer required. Goes on right there. And then the shift lever goes on there. I'll just put this in temporarily because we're going to have to adjust the position of this shift lever later. Okay, I won't tighten it any more than that now. Next, we're going to install the floorboard. And we have a small spring. The spring goes in right here. And there's this pin that we'll insert through here and through the spring. So it's sometimes a little tedious doing this. The spring goes in, one end goes in there, the other end goes in. You have to lift it in, probably with the needle nose pliers, lift the other end in and push it over here where it locks in place. So, wish me luck. Those there. The spring, it's in there, and it snaps in place. Then we have a footboard clip, which holds this in place right there, this little C-clip. So I'll open that up. There. It's there. Now, I talked about this spring, which has to go in there. So we will attempt to do that. There. And our floorboard is installed, and except for adjusting the position of the shift lever, the left side is complete. And now we can move over to the right side. Well, we've now moved over to the right side of the bike, and as we did on the left side, we start this process by removing the old peg, which is right here, and the brake linkage for the mid controls. So let's begin. We'll start this by removing the foot peg and the foot peg bracket. To remove the bracket, I'm going to use my ratchet with a 3-inch extension and a T45 Torx. Now we will remove this with my T30 Torx. Next, we have to remove this ring to pull out this pin. Next, we'll remove this. I've now removed this piece. Okay, before we do the install, I'm going to do a pre-install to show you how these two parts go together. First of all, we'll put the brake pedal cover on. WD-40. Perfect. Next, we'll put this part on. Simply to slide the brake lever over there. We that. I'm going to put a dab of tread locker on this, and then we'll tighten it. Now we're ready to install it. So the next thing we'll do will be to install that, but of course we do have our floorboards bracket, and that will be attached right there. So we'll have to run the bolts through here to here. So we'll now add the tread locker to both those. Next we have to reinstall the pin. I may have to block the camera view. I'll move it over there. It's not great, but okay, that's bad. Now we need to put this back. Next we install this floorboard. So these are all the parts. There's the retaining clip to go at the end of the pin. It's the spring, which goes, there's a very small hole in the floorboard. Okay. It's there. Next, we install the clip. And now we'll insert that spring right into there. There. And we have our floorboards. Next, I'll have to take it out for a trial run. I'll do that tomorrow. Anyway, thank you for watching this little video. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, how about a big thumbs up? And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. I'll notify you when I make the next video. So you take care. You have a great day. Keep the rubber side down, shiny side up. Bye-bye.